Good evening. Let me tell you something as we start the show. It's a little something I thought you should know. So I will tell you as we settle into place. It's impossible to sing and play the bass. You're a lovely group of people, you deserve their courtesy of knowing what you can expect of me. I practice, but it will not mean a thing, 'cause it's impossible to play the bass and sing, 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 sing. You see, the bass is fretless, it's not like a guitar. On bass, you spend your whole life wondering where the hell you are. It's got no little markers, just a fingerboard, so bare, and lots of notes which really there. Then when you start singing, you've got lyrics on your mind. We got a lot of interruptions on the phone tonight. And the notes of bass become impossible to find. To remember lyrics, melodies, bass lines, and chords is no less a miracle than Lord's. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw potatoes at me, keep this all in mind. Remember, this is serious. Remember, this is art. Remember this, or I will fall apart. A picture to then I'd have to pray to God to come and intercede. And she'd only sit and laugh at my wanton greed. She made the rules for molecules, atoms, time, and space. And she knows it's impossible. Zoo knows it's impossible. He knows it's impossible. She knows it's impossible. Ha ha. Well, you know, but well, zooba ba dooba. No zoo, no knows it's impossible to sing and play the bass. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I see that everybody's checking in. Stephen Goldberg, at least he's on and not so off. Well, yes. I'm out in Hope. Our what do you call it? Wi-Fi is not as good as the phone, as the Verizon line, so that's why I'm using it. And I expect some interruptions. But Tony Pereira, Christopher Lentz, Stephen Goldberg, sound is good, picture's a little mushy. Yeah, well, the sound, you see, I forgot my cute, adorable little speaker on the bottom of my phone, which is so good. The sound will not be good for 2 days because, or 2 or 3 as long as I'm out here, the sound will be just okay. Because I walked out of the house without my cute little speaker that attaches right to the bottom of the phone. Don't have it, so now you have to rely on all iPhone technology. Hi, Billy Stritch. How are you today? I'm out in Hope. Hope! There's hope for us all. Well, when we left town today, we went up Broadway, and there was a huge demonstration in honor and memory of George Floyd. And it's got everybody all shook up, including myself, including most of you, I'm sure. I know my people. And so I thought I'd just do some songs that, well, made a little bit of sense under the circumstances. And as a breeze comes up to push my music. So I'm just gonna I'll do some songs which, I mean, most of the people we know in music have evolved quite a bit. And it's very painful to us to see how African Americans are treated in this country. And we wish we could do something about it, and we try. So many galaxies and planets do exist. A million billion stars out there, astronomers insist. Red stars, blue stars, white stars, supernovae just abounding. The possibilities for life are just astounding. Atoms smashing, planets crashing, nuclear explosions, giant stars, craters, scars, simple soil erosion, temperatures on suns that run 1 billion degrees, and a little planet full of birds and bees. But the billions of the stars out in the universe are slowly burning out, their energies disperse. According to my sources, in 100 billion years, the final star will flicker out, fulfilling all our fears. Yes, one day the final star will simply flicker out, leaving total darkness and cold ash scattered about. God will sit and watch until the final flicker's done. She'll put her feet up on her desk and say, you know, that was fun. Others say the universe will simply just contract back onto a pinhead, amazingly compact. Back onto a pinhead will go matter, mice, and men, to do it all again. Another big explosion, another wild ride. A very novel planet cannot be denied. And there doesn't seem to be much we can do to change the plan. So do not fret, just live your life and love your fellow man. So that's a song. Let's see who we've got here tonight. Paul Nowinski. Hey, Paul. Karen Frisk. Mary Jane Harper. Yes, Mary Jane. Again, I'm saying I forgot my little magical microphone. I had it in my hand, left the house. We came out here with all kinds of stuff, and somehow my little magic microphone. So we'll have to deal with the microphone on the iPhone 8 Plus. When the picture froze, it was like a ventriloquist playing the bass because the sound was coming through. Sounds like something in the background. You'll have to pardon me. We'll just have to deal with what we have. Beat me up, Spuddy. Yes, indeedy. Backyard bass. Get the Pro. Spotty reception, and I know it's reception, spotty reception, because I'm out here on Verizon, and the Verizon, what do you call it, tower is over there on Route 80 someplace. So we're just going to have to make the best of it. And I'm sorry it's so spotty, but I'll keep trying anyway. Sounds good, says Christopher Lentz. And Christopher Lentz, you know, did you bring a reward? Of course. I can't go anywhere without my award. I'll probably have to perform with it from now on. Of course. He wanted to come out here. He loves it out here. These are all songs sort of in the memory of and honor of George Floyd, and I mean, it was just such a big deal. You know, the protests are so ominous all over the country. I mean, they're needed. Unfortunately, they're needed. That's what we need to wake people up. And so, in his honor, I'm just doing some simple songs this evening. Pack up all my cares and woes. Here I go, singing low. Bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me. Where sugar's sweet, so is she. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here can love or understand. Go ahead. Me. Oh, what hard stories they all have. It's my key, not hers. Make my bed and light the light. I'll be home late tonight. Blackbird. Bye bye. Do 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 do. I'll change keys for you. Do 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 do. I will. I'll go down. Do 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 do. When you after I'm finished. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Switch keys. She's coming back in the gate. Here we go. Bye. Bye. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely, vivacious Donna Leonhart.
I got all my cares and woes. Here I go, singing low.
Bye, bye, blackbird.
Where somebody waits for me. Sugar sweet, so is he.
Bye,
Bye, bye, blackbird.
Concentrate on the song.
No one here can love or understand me. Oh, what hard love stories they all have. Me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll be home late tonight. Blackbird, blackbird, blackbird. Bye bye.
Just the talent sitting around the house.
And now I have to take my
Beautiful.
garbage.
Take the garbage in the car. That was Donna. If anybody doubted who that was Donna. In the key of C. Donna, remember, Blackbird, key of C is your key. Mine is the key of F. I know. More. Go, Donna, go. What a cute couple, I'll tell you. Bernie Feinberg. Hey, Donna, Bernie Feinberg was watching. Tell Mom that Bernie Feinberg was watching. Cousin Bernie. Stephen, Albert Kutzen. Hi, Donna. Bill Easley is watching. Howard Gloucester. Is that Gloucester? Or is it Howard Gloucester? I don't know. John, how do you pronounce that? Howard Gloucester or Howard Gloucester? Here's another one. Little bass. I miss that big broad smile. Ain't seen it for a while. But I've been walking around and suddenly I really start to miss me. Ray Brown. He meant the world to me. His spirit set me free. But in my mind he seems to stay, and I hope it will never go away. And suddenly I really start to miss R&B. R&B. Did I lose everybody? Lacey Marie Ditondo. Hi, Lacey. I know that backyard. Of course you do. Now I know why Jay's always so happy. Yes, well, what are you going to do? Nice to hear Donna saying yes. Lacey Marie Ditondo. Nick Nabe. Hello, Nachum, and hello, Renee. Hope everything's well down in Florida. Looking forward to seeing you. Mike Myler says, we need her on every night. You guys are a bunch of cuties. Oh, God, yes. Hopeless. Donna equals groovy. Thanks. More Donna, says John Weber. Christopher Lentz. KFC, right. Remember, Donna, you're a big hit. Everybody loves you. Bernie Feinberg saw you.
Who?
Bernie Feinberg. Bernie. Cousin Bernie. Everybody wants to see more of you. I've been told I should have you do one song every night now. At least one. Well, that's what it has to be. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Well, encore. I hear encore. Do you remember what key it is in, Donna? You remember what key D? Oh, it's A5.
I love you.
Okay, one
To Bernie,
for Bernie. Just make sure they can see
cousin
it.
Bernie.
One. Make sure you're.
And Phyllis, and Phyllis.
I'll move out of the way so they speak.
Okay.
One, two, okay.
Do I love you?
Oh my, do I, honey? Did I do do dee, do? Do I want you? Oh my, do I, honey?
Honey,
Did I do
I know that I'm the one who found you.
Found you.
That's
Why I'm always hanging round you. Do I love you? Need you? Oh my, do I, honey? Did I did ya? Come here, dance. Behind me. Get on the line. Bridge. I'm so that I'm the one who found you. Found you.
That's why I'm always
singing
hanging round.
hanging around, singing around you. Do
I
I
need you?
Oh my, do I, honey? Boom, bum, bum, honey, 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 honey.
Honey,
Did I
do? Our grandson,
Yeah, yes.
Vaughn.
Hold it.
That's me,
Hold
folks.
it, look out.
Yeah.
Thank
Karen's
you.
sitting on the porch in her rocking chair, watching the hammy little family at work. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'm putting a. It's not good, but it's good. Well, into every life a little joy must fall. Baby, let me see you smile. Where is that look I have not seen for a while? Come on now, this is not a murder trial, just life, so let me see you smile. I ain't looking for no phony grin, just a gentle look that lets me in. When you're unhappy, I start feeling down. Oh, baby, where'd you get that brown? Come on, baby, make my day. Splash some pretty colors on those clouds of gray. Come on now, what do you say? Let's chase those blues away. First time in E flat. Bridge again. Come on, baby, make my day. Splash some pretty colors on those clouds of gray. Come on now, what do you say? Let's chase those blues. 1, 2, 3, away. I can see it written on your face. Right now, the world's a lousy place. You want to take a rocket ship out into space and leave the human race. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Come on, lover, look me in the eye. Come on, lover, now we got to try. Let's not make this something that it should not be. This ain't a Russian tragedy. Come on, baby, make my day. Splash some pretty colors on those clouds of gray. Come on now, what do you say? Let's chase those blues away. I ain't making fun of how you feel. I know this mood is very, very real. But come on, lover, time to let me in. You know you always let me win. Come on, lover, now this ain't your smile. Do-do-do. Come on, baby, let me see you. Let me see you. Let me see you. Come on, lover, let me see you smile. That's not a bad version of that, if I say so myself. And he leans down and he says, Wayne, a scoffer is watching. Wayne, did you see your son dancing in the background? Did you see that?
Hi, Dad. I don't want to play trumpet. I didn't even bring it, Dad. Okay, yeah.
What's that?
My dad told me to play blues with you
Oh, well, you should.
on my trumpet, but I didn't bring it.
We'll work on it. Wayne, the next time you're going to hear some blues. Folks, there's going to be some blues played by him on the trumpet before we stop this, so you might as well just stay tuned in. Hey, Wayne, Mike Myler. Tonight's show, I'm sorry, it's hard to read out here. Tonight's show was the Diamond Mango Award. Diamond Mango, was that it? Yeah. The Diamond Mango Award. That's still such a great thing. Donald Fagen couldn't have written better. Diamond Mango. By the way, I've been doing a synopsis of all the words that you guys sent in. They're hilarious. They're hilarious. And what's more, I've learned what fallopian means. Christopher Lentz, hi. I mean, I know. I mean, I knew. At one point I knew, but I didn't know so well anymore. Let's see what we got here. Oh, here's a good one. In the spirit, still trying to stay, not trying to joke and goof around too much, but what the hell? Here's a song about Milt Hinton. Milt Hinton was often known as the judge. He called you judge. He didn't know your name. He'd say, "Hey, judge," and because he met so many people that he couldn't remember everybody's name, and he became known as the judge. And he was a good friend of mine. When I first came to town in New York, I was 21. I met him. No, I was 22, I guess, something like that. But on the lyric it says, "It's been over 30 years since I overcame my fears," but it's been almost 60 years since I overcame my fears. So, it's been almost 60 years since I overcame my fears, packed my bags and moved to New York City. Find myself a little place, just room for me and the bass. No time to wallow in self-pity. So I go to Jim and Andy's bar. That's where the musicians are. Give Lady Luck a little nudge. Open the door and I walk in. Right away luck does begin, 'cause on that day I run into the judge. No sooner am I in the place when I'm standing face to face with one of the great legends of our land. I start getting very nervous. What did I do to deserve this? A feeling that I think you'd understand. No hidden motivations lurk. The judge knows that I need to work. He knows the hungry look of a beginner. So we talk for a little while until I see the judge's smile, and he invites me out the house to dinner. Naturally, I'm right on time, and Mona's cooking is sublime. Real home cooking, yes, the genuine stuff. After dinner, I play the bass. There's a stern look on the judge's face. After 3 notes, he says, "Thank you, that's enough." Oh no, I've failed my first position in my quest for a position. Just someplace in New York I can play. I didn't need anything real big, I just needed a simple gig. I didn't care what it might pay. So I say goodnight to Milton, Mona. Once again I'm all alone, a young man with those great big city blues. But next week it's the strangest thing. My telephone begins to ring with gigs for me. Such wonderful news. He helped me so when I got started, such wise counsel he imparted, and he taught my telephone to ring. And there's simply no debating that he helped my credit rating, in itself a monumental thing. Perhaps I need a new perspective lens, it's just a bit corrective, but to me the judge stands 10 feet tall. Up from the primordial slime and sludge, occasionally there evolves a judge to help us find some meaning in it all. He's shown me how to live my life, how to deal with stress and strife, living with a minimum of fuss. He shows us how to lead our lives. He shows us how to take care of our wives. Well, they in fact are taking care of us. Amazing that a jazz musician should achieve such a position where he is beheld a national treasure. But before the birth of Branford and Winton, I was friends with Milton Hinton, a fact I know with great pride and great pleasure. Another birthday comes and goes, but on the judge it never shows. He must have friends in higher places. Or maybe it's just because he's wise and gets a lot of exercise, chasing trains and planes and lugging bases. So here I stand before you folks. I'll spare you all my corny jokes. I'll just play the bass and sing. But from this stage I will not budge until I get to tell the judge, we love you, Judge, and thanks for everything. You make every rhythm section swing. Thank you, Judge, for everything. Thank you. Thank you. I heard somebody cheering way up there. They couldn't have actually been listening, could they? We don't know. I don't know. I sang that at the judge's 80th birthday, his 85th birthday, and I sang it, unfortunately, for his memorial at St. John Cathedral. And it still means a lot to me. I have not yet recorded it, but I will be. Thank you, Rodney. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see what we got here. What we got left. Do. He lived his life in the big city, right here where I am living mine. He always played the bass so pretty, played so fine. He bowled the bass and made me happy The solos that he played were grand. He played the bass and made me listen, understand. He played the walking line so even, straightforward, dignified, and true. He played with Miles in the beginning, kind of blue. He simply left this earth too early. He is no longer yours or mine. He always played the bass so pretty, played so fine. Play it, Tomoko. Earth way too early. He is no longer yours and mine. He always played the bass so pretty. Played so fine. Played so fine. Played so fine. Oh, that's Vaughn. I thought it was Michael. It reminded me of my son. That's why I called you Michael. I did. I said, it's Michael. Oops, it's not Michael, it's Vaughn. Little mistake there, just a little teeny mistake. Very obvious mistake. Oh, here's a good one. What do you need?
10 words.
10 words. I'm not going to do 10 words tonight. It's I'm not in the mood for that too much. That under the circumstances, what we saw coming out, the protests and everything, and it just does. I'm not in the mood for that tonight. And you weren't in the mood for it either. So so I'm not doing that tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe, probably. Really was a most kind of. He really was a most God-fearing boy who sought and never found his share of joy. He knew his catechism well, and he feared the pains of hell. He was headed for damnation. The world was so full of temptation, and he knew he could not win. Yes, he knew he'd die in sin. So he struggled and he fought, knowing that God knew his every thought. And in the fever of his fright, God appeared to him one night. The Lord said, son, you gotta go find my people, find my steeple, and learn to pray. Son, your life is getting shorter, you better join a holy order right away. So he woke up gripped with fear, but the road ahead was clear. To a seminary he did fly, kiss those evil days goodbye. They asked him questions about his past, just to see if he would last. And they pried into his mind to see what they might find. But it seems his free association generations all dwelt on conjugal relations. They gave the boy Rorschach tests, and all the poor boy saw was breasts. They said, son, we got a little problem here. You better take another year on this decision. Son, you know we are not blind. You gotta hold out on that mind. That ain't religion. Son, we know you came to, son, we know you came to please us, to be with Jesus and learn to pray. But son, you better turn yourself around. You better head on back to town. Right away. Right away. So he wandered back into the world, his plans for salvation now unfurled. But one thing was very clear, he could no longer live in fear. He learned that hell was just a plot, that some believe and some do not. Slowly things fell into place, and he rejoined the human race. He cried, Lord, I tried to find your steeple, find your people, and learn to pray. But Lord, they found out all about me, said they could live without me. Oh, holy day. Lord, I tried to find your people, find your steeple, and learn to pray. But Lord, they said they did not need me, and so they freed me. Oh, holy day. Oh, holy day. Oh, holy day. Okay, that was better than I thought. Let's see what time we got here. I have no idea what time it is. Somebody tell me what time it is. It's probably getting close to 8, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sorry I missed the protest on Broadway. We were kind of the big, organized, beautiful protest with many very young people, black, white. I mean, it was about 50% each or more. 50, more white than black, as a matter of fact. Just because it was Broadway, West Side, and all that. But it was serious. Oh, it was serious. And of course, the coronavirus had to take second place in this, but it's still there. Still there. So we've got a lot to accomplish these days, don't we? And let's do everything we can to accomplish both. All right, good night, folks. I'll see you soon. See you tomorrow night. I'll be right here tomorrow night.